I was thinking about the idea of playing solo guitar, especially in a jazz context, and how often the style of solo guitar playing in a jazz context is also often referred to as chord soloing. And that's where you often like harmonize the notes of your melody, each one with a chord voicing. So on a standard song, it might be something like this, and you've probably all worked on this or heard this kind of thing, but nothing wrong with that. That sounds good. It's beautiful. It's full. But there's other textures to get into when you're doing your own improvisations or arrangements on solo guitar. And one place to start is to not worry about filling in the harmony so completely the way playing a chord voicing would. And that is to be a little bit more sparse in your texture. Especially like maybe you'd start out an arrangement with a sparser texture and build into full chord solo type things. And one thing to try is just simply playing the root of every chord, somewhere, on the lower strings probably, maybe at least the 3 lower strings, and then improvising real simple melodies on, say, the top 3 strings. And if we take a song like the one I was just doing a minute ago, which is All the Things You Are, check out the lead sheet for that tune, but if you take a song like that, the first chord, F minor 7, second chord B flat minor 7, third is E flat 7, fourth is A flat 7, major 7, fifth is D flat major 7, then G7, C major 7. Well, instead of worrying about playing chords for those, just sort of map out maybe where you think you might play your roots. I'll mimic where I just did them in terms of the chord voicing. So I'd play my F here, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G, and C. Grab those with one of your 4 fingers, probably first or fourth, it's really going to depend. And then with the remaining fingers, just mess around in whatever position you wind up being in. Mess around with real simple improvisations. Of course, this is taking into account that you know what notes you're going to want to use for those improvisations. When you got to know what key you're in and what scale you've chosen, and so forth. So I'll do real simple to give you a sense of how that might sound at first. And when you play the note with the roots, you don't have to have them sustain for the entire measure. Just get them maybe as long as you can. So you might do something like this. I'll go through those measures again. I'm not really sticking to a specific tempo, I'm just kind of improvising on my own. And if I now allow myself to sort of play the roots wherever my melody takes me, and I don't have to stick to those places, I can get a lot freer. And so maybe I'll do now a little more freer version of the song and try to get roots wherever I sort of can and play them, let them sustain for as long as I can. All right, so I'll go through the entire form of the song maybe this time. went through 2 courses of that, and if I were practicing this stuff, man, I could just keep doing this and course after course after course. It's really fun. You're going to have to know where those roots are going to be. You're going to have to know what the notes are that you're planning to solo with, etc., etc. I mean, all that stuff still has to be there. But give that a try, because that's a really great way to get other ideas for solo play.